The spirit of innocent Biafrans, where they flow like a river. I said the blood of innocent Biafrans, where they massacre, where they flow like a Red Sea. Spirit of innocent Biafrans, where they massacre, where they rise like a big storm. Rise up, spiritually and physical. Rise up, upon anybody, where they again, this my freedom. Rise up, upon anybody, where they again, this Biafra. Our Father who art in heaven, oh, we say hallowed be thy name, oh. We dey wait for your kingdom to come, oh, right here on earth like this in heaven, oh. We say you promise your children, promise your people, oh. We say you promise the Biafra. Yes, it's a amalgamation, we see the suffer. They start to killing us since 1945. Till the today, they are not satisfied. Yeah, we're like a stranger in the land of scavengers. Then they kill us, then they eat us. So they make war govern us, and our senators don't turn against us. They want to stop us, but they cannot stop us. Yeah, Biafra is unstoppable, it's unstoppable, because the fire is unquenchable. Freedom, oh. If you're broken on a Biafra, freedom, oh. Cause if you're broken on a Biafra, freedom, oh. Make you freedom to go. Too much, because he cried on the too much, yo. Because he suffered on the too much, yo. In a nation, because he killing on the too much, yo. Because he suffered on the too much, yo. Because he cried on the too much, yo. In a nation, my brother, rise up, yeah, let's march into the promised land, our paradise. I am that I am, says the Lord, is a mighty man in battle. Whenever he say yes, nobody can say no. I say nobody can battle with the Lord, oh. Papa knows who go. All this killing, them are killing Biafrans in Nigeria, knows who go. A million so they want to kill before they go leave us as the Biafra. A million so they want to kill before they go see us as a nation. Me they ask United Nations, me they ask European Union, in my nation,
Tropical Mix.
My freedom.
The Biafra restoration project is on course. It remains sacrosanct. It is irreversible, and no amount of force can dampen nor quench the ingenuity and the resilience of the indomitable Biafran spirit. there is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
Yes, sir, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, people of conscience around the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming concurrently through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. As always, Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station is being anchored by Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo, who hails from Abatete in Anambra State. And Anambra State, of course, Biafra land. Mazi Uche Ukafomefo remained the man who assured us at the beginning of this journey that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And that is because he was saddled with responsibility to oversee the affairs of the Biafran people as far as the project was concerned globally. And today I want to believe that our people are getting a glimpse of what is about to come. But do not be afraid. Do not be troubled. Let your heart be at peace, because our job must be done. By the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I remain George Onyibe, and I come from Agbo. Agbo is in Anyoma province. Anyoma province is in Delta State. Of course, Agbo is in Edo State for record purposes, and we are Biafrans. I want to also, as customary demand, to acknowledge all the pro-Biafran group who, in a time like this, stand out against all odds, stand out against the government of tyranny, stand out against even internal terrorists, stand out against every form of evil. And they come under the umbrella of the de facto customary government, which is being headed by Alhaji Asare Dokubo and deputized by our leader, our sister, Rauda Anebogoreta. And of course, we have other eminent personnel, people like Maziu Bidio Bienu, our own veteran, Dr. Okado. We have our brother, Engineer Onyibe. We have Dr. Nwokenkwo. We have Uzurumba. And so many of them, too numerous to mention. Tonight, I acknowledge every member of the de facto customary government. Of course, with that knowledge that you have a nation to deliver. You will skate through in the midst of all the challenges. You're welcome to tonight's program. I must move on to acknowledge members of the Biafra Nation Alliance. I will begin to mention people like our brother Chimezie, spokesperson, all the administrators, from Onyeka to Odogu, Agunwanye, Ada Biafra, our daddy in the Lord, of course, Masu Bidio Bienu, and of course, Dr. Okado, our brother Obidike, Bruno, and all of you wherever you are, members of the Biafra Nation Alliance across the globe, doing the needful. Acknowledge you this evening. It's been a while. And thank you for your courage, for your tenacity, for your commitment, for your devotion, knowing fully well that the job, the work has just begun. And of course, that having been said, as always, there are some of our misguided brothers, the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. They keep on antagonizing everybody because they want to shut us down. They want to blackmail us. They betrayed us already. And of course, why their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, unquote, his controversial arrest is being considered for political solution or amnesty, we are watching. You are on my platform already. By their fruit we shall know them. The world must understand that this is not who we are. We don't curse up everybody. We don't insult up everybody. We just want our freedom. We want the state called Nigeria to be reviewed. And this is one truth. That though we may make mistake, though we will walk in the valleys and the shadows, we know we are walking on the higher path. But this matter cannot be settled by mere talking. We know already. This issue of the Nigerian state must be reviewed, because the wickedness of one Nigerian to another Nigeria is something that cannot be swept under the carpet. It's unbelievable. We know already. We may try by way of trying to present ourselves to be polite and then pretend that nothing is wrong. Something is wrong. I do not wonder why the progress of an Igbo man will threaten an Hausa man or Fulani man. I do not understand why certain group of people will hijack a country for over 60 years. And then somebody says it's okay, we can repair it, there is unity and progress and diversity, and then we speak big grammar, and every day this very country is taking away our destiny. This very country is destroying everything that we represent. This very country deliberately destroy innovation. This very country want to make sure that we live less than human. It is evidence everywhere. But then we have always conversed and said in time past that we will get Biafra without shooting gun. And so a call for concern, when now we are making certain actions, taking certain actions that contradict who we truly represent. But of course, without digressing further, indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, please come and do your job. The next generation will surely know you and see you for who you are. I acknowledge people of conscience across the globe who understand or see the need why they must support the people of Biafra, genuine people of Biafra, to fight assiduously until Biafra is restored. And of course, we will be going through some series so that we can be able to review what we are here to do. Meanwhile, a lot of people have been inboxing me, asking me a series of questions and say, what is the next way forward? And I will take time to explain to you the next way forward. Don't worry, we will get there. If anybody think that we are sitting down and watching, no. At least we are quarreling ourselves. At least we are challenging ourselves. At least we are trying to bring out the best in ourselves. At least we're still talking about Biafra. But for you to understand the next way forward, so that you can get involved and understand that the current pictures you are seeing about Biafra is far from the reality. For you to have a say in our say, for you to know the ultimate truth which will eventually set you free, we will take you on a series so that you understand the next way forward. And so tonight our theme is the need to review our strategic position. What is the de facto customary government doing? Everything we do, almost 90% of the things we do in Biafra Nation Alliance is in line with the activities of the de facto customary government. And so the way forward are for us to strategically review our position, our strategic position. It has to be reviewed, or else we will be running up and down without making any proper movement. And like I said, our theme is the need to review our strategic position as a people. And then our topic is titled, Nobody is allowed to sell the next generation of Biafra. Nobody. nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation of Biafra. Biafran's youth are scattered across the globe. Most of them in diaspora are not finding it funny. Some are trapped in Libya and they have to be a slave, work their ass out just to be able to cross the Mediterranean Sea and then enter Rome, Italy, or wherever. We understand your pain. And so when you heard about the project to restore Biafra, you came out. You were spirited. You came out. You gave your support. Don't give up. But we cannot compromise our standard because we want to have it our way. We have so many of them in the Sahara Desert. Their family will never see them again. These are young boys. One of my cousin brother went through that same process. At the age of 19, he left home. He left home. It's unbelievable. But he made it. But not everybody is as lucky as he is. About 3 Biafrans has called me from where they are in different parts of the world. I will not be specific. And I said, they said, brother, don't be offended. I've not been online all this while. You see, I don't have paper. I needed my documents. And the way things are going, I think I just have to survive somewhere. I'm in the farm now. I am working so I can raise money and then get my paper. And then it began to occur to me. These are next generation. These people support this project because they need asylum. Is it Aduri they call it? We have some in London and every other. These are the next generation. Even the Nigerians, they do not have embassies anywhere in the world. And if they do have embassy, we all know they do not represent the interest of the Biafran people. It's not easy. The next generation of Biafra, most of them in diaspora, I don't know how to put their position. But I'm telling you, it's not funny for them. And so if you're looking for asylum paper, if you want Adura, as the case may be, Biafra Nation Alliance family, the de facto customary government, and certain individuals are standing by. All we just need to do is to get ourselves coordinated. And that is why it looks like it's taking time to bring in anything. It is not about trying to prove supremacy. It is not about trying to undermine anybody. It is about trying to fulfill the promise we made to our people. I made that promise. And I will stand by that word to the end. And then we'll have another generation of Biafrans who are right here in Biafra land. What have they become? Is this who we really are? Because the last time I checked, there is no statesman, elder statesman as they are called. There is no noble Nigerian man as they may be referred to. You could go to the west and talk about Wolon Shoyinka. You could go to the north and talk about Tafawa Balewa. You could come to the east and tell me about people like Professor Ben Wabwezi, Akanibian, and the host of others too numerous to mention. These people were not unique on their own. These people have the generation before them, propelling them, positioning them for greatness. And that is why people like Olusegun Obasanjo, even in his early or late 20s, was the president of Nigeria today. That is the same reason people like Buhari, even in their early 30s, was president of Nigeria today already. That is why people like Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, in their late 20s, were president or prime minister, as the case may be, already. That is why most of them in their 20s, they achieve great things. They stand before men and women of honor and dignity globally. Their actions and their deed these days is unimaginable. People like Dim Chukwemeka Odimegwu, people like Ifa Jonah. These were young boys. But they had the next generation backing them up and giving them all that is necessary. Our own generation, We have almost been messed up. But if we were messed up to mess you around and to reposition you, and then so be it, that at the end of our journey, we will know that we are not total failure. And so each time we come, we say, we will not allow you to sell the next generation, because the way we are going, if we fail to correct our ways, we are gone as a people. We cannot forget the reason we came out here. The next generation of Biafrans are gradually buying into idleness. It's unbelievable. I'm not trying to be insulting, but if I want to be, I have to be. It is for your own good. Our youth are engaged in, what do they call it? Bet Niger, Bitcoin. The principle of hard work is gradually leaving us. You have a cross section of them. They are now unknown gunmen. They allow themselves to be used. This is because they have nothing doing. There are no people trying to give them foundational principles that will help them become somebody in future. And we are clapping. We are misleading them, but not under our watch. You may be able to have your way temporarily, but you will understand when we tell you we go nowhere. We go nowhere. It's a matter of time. They will know the truth. The next generation of Biafra, it's unbelievable. You go to on social media, you see some of them will be singing song, drinking kai kai. Another one will be singing, drinking bleach. They are doing competition, challenge. And then we need to begin to ask ourselves question. Is the American youth, next generation of Americans doing that? Is the next generation of Indian youth doing the same thing? Is the next generation of Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Israel doing that? But I do not blame you, next generation of Biafra. Something went wrong along the line, and that is why we are here. So somebody said, what is the way forward? The way forward is that, first of all, we cannot allow anybody to sell the next generation of Biafra. We cannot allow that. One of the most important reasons why we came out in the first place is to protect the next generation from a country which ultimately target is to completely annihilate us or obliterate the people of Biafra, our people. That is why we came here. The danger was high. It was evidence. The killing was rampant. And then we came. You people came. And then we followed you. Of course, outside the menace of the unknown gunmen and ESM within the southeast, Biafra land has temporarily enjoyed quietness. No much killing from the Fulani herdsmen, Miati Allah, Boko Haram, and the rest of it. It went down. It's on the rampage. This truth cannot be overemphasized. You cannot sweep them under the carpet. It was evidence. We saw them. Many monarchs were killed. Many students were raped to death. Many farms destroyed. Nobody said anything. And so we came. There should be need to review Nigeria, or else we are gone as a people. The most important, like I said, is to protect the next generation. We understand with the present condition of Nigerian state, you have to betray your people to become relevant, or else your children will be slaves. And then maybe this generation will eat the money you have labored for, or you have stolen as a politician. But their next generation will have to suffer, I can assure you that. If we cannot point them to direction of hard work, if we cannot point them to a direction where each and every one of them will begin to long and to desire to become greatness in itself, not just being great, we have problem. Determination is what led us here, not because we have the power in our own. In a situation like ours, we already know that the future of any nation is tied to the next generation. And as such, there is need for them to be adequately equipped to face any form of challenge that will come. I was sometimes told that the most disciplined people, Homo sapien on earth, is the Asians. It could be China, it could be Japan, it could be Korea, but they are very disciplined. And it is not as if they do not have scalawags like you have in every other part of the world, but it is because majority of their principle, majority of their system is governed by certain principle, which will even make you look stupid when you are not in order. They discipline them, they educate them, should I say they enlighten them, they teach them what to believe and what not to believe. These people have conscience, they have mind, they understand morality, they know evil, but they are properly indoctrinated to make certain decisions, very hard decisions, all for the overall interest of their people, not the world. If America want to send COVID-19 vaccination to any country, their people must be properly considered. If Japan, China want to send aid or relief material to any country in the world, their interests must be protected above any other thing. And within this decision, this hard decision, some of them, they know it shouldn't be so, but yet they have to do that. I will stop there. Before our very eyes, we see our youth being decimated and set on the wrong direction to engage the global community. We can understand the danger opposed to the immediate, and of course it's going to transcend to the next generation if nothing is being done. Look at my own generation. It is amazing. Only very few people are useful. And I can tell you that for almost a decade of engaging in this restoration project, should I say we have been able to destroy the morale of most of our youth? Can I say that? And most people are still very eager doing the same thing, only for selfish gain. You know, somebody said, what is the way forward? The way forward is to make sure we don't let anybody sell the next generation of Biafrans. I will come to the point where I will make you understand why we are protecting them. But most of them don't know. If they in Chukwe Meko, they may go Juku, at the age of 26 or 27, could pilot the affair of Nigeria. You can do that. If Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, at the age of 30, could influence the African states, nations, we can do the same thing. If people like Akanebia, Ejike Mbono, Enahoro, Ambrose Ali uniquely reposition the next generation, that in my own time, we have few people who can function. But after my generation, the next generation, they've been messed up already. And most of us are applauding it. We are clapping the instrument that is undermining their position as a people. Our fathers work very hard. Our fathers were what they ought to be. But can we say we are? Can you tell me your children are? A lot of things has been messed up. So my brother, the next way forward, first of all, is to make sure we do not allow anybody to sell the next generation of Biafra. We will come back to that point later on. We set their foot upon the wrong path. The global community begin to review us as who we are not. On this very occasion, it is clearly evidence that the weapon of emasculation, subjugation, nepotism, among others, could not stop us as a people, because the value that was incorporated into us by our fathers before us could not be undermined by anybody. The aim of this broadcast is simple. Is to help us to understand That if everything we are doing is not for the overall interest of the Biafran, next generation of the Biafra nation, then everything we have labored for is in vain. We must not forget that most important reason why we came out here in the first place, to stop the indiscriminate killing. To stop the indiscriminate killing of the people of Biafra. And then the question should go down and said, has it stopped? Has the killing of Biafrans stopped? Or is this still ongoing? The next generation of Biafra must understand, it is not about trying to ginger morale. No. It is not about trying to prove a point that is not there. It's not about all those things you are doing. Somebody somewhere is using somebody. And we will get to that. I will play one audio, and so we begin to review some of the strategy, some of the way most of us are selling the next generation. And let us see if this could be possible.
Burn their vehicles. Do not let the vehicles go, because if you do not, you will tell people what to do. Enter the bush. Enter the bush. Cut down the trees. Block the road. Block the roads. Burn their vehicles. Burn their vehicles. Do not let the vehicles go, because if you do not vehicles, they still kill us and they enter us and they leave. But you will tell people what to do. Enter the bush. Enter the bush. Cut down the trees. Block the road. Block the roads. Burn their vehicles. Burn their vehicles. Do not let the vehicles go, because if you do not vehicles, they still kill us and they enter us and they leave.
Now you must understand. These are supposedly some of our mothers who are fighting to liberate us. This particular group, they are in America. And then they come on social media, they're telling the next generation of Biafra and saying to them, enter the bush, kill them, burn their motor, destroy the police. Just exactly the same way Nnamdi Kanu gave order. You are selling the next generation. First of all, it is not a sin that your children are in diaspora. We understand that. They had that privilege. And I hope you will set their path upon the right that will lead them to eternal glory. And of course, ultimately salvation. They are very fine. And you are telling our own children to enter bush, to kill police with ordinary hand, to carry firewood or snatch their gun. And you can't see you are selling them. Creating a brood of viper. And you see, when they are saying this thing to them, they are gingery morale. Come to Biafra land, let us see the stuff you are made up of. I am broadcasting from Biafra land. I understand the sacrifice. I understand the pain. I have worked with brothers and sisters, comrades who are dead and alive, and most of them, you people have forgotten. You're selling the next generation. How many of you still remember Chimobi Okafo? Lady Umenwa, Waka Waka Biafra. How many of you? And now somebody is on the social media is telling you as a next generation to go and kill army, to go and kill police, to go destroy them. You don't have gun, you don't have knife. If you have machete, I know it's not very sharp. And when they finish, they send you a recharge card. They dash you money. And then you become what? You become what? Next generation. You become what? Does it not bother you? We cannot create a platform to encourage innovation. Does it not bother you? Our life cannot be better than this. We are not the author of our destiny. It is being manipulated by certain individuals. We will come to that later. And then some of us are sitting. Yeah, man, kill all of them, kill all the governor, kill all the this one, kill all the this one. And then where is the justice we'll talk about? What are other principles we profess we want to install in our world? And then if I have to track back the consequence of this action. After making this announcement, you send money to them. You lead them to their death. And then what happened in Zimbo? The army man, like a castrated, a rabies dog, was shouting, kill all of them. Anybody you see there, kill them, kill them, kill all of them, kill them, kill them. It looks like they are killing ants to me. It looks like that army man was giving an order for them to kill rabbits. But I cannot believe he was actually giving an order for them to kill human beings. I listened to that audio over and over and over again. Kill all of them. Shoot to them. Anybody you see there, kill them. But before now, we know this truth. In some of our discussion regarding confrontation to the military, I told them it is not achievable at this stage. It cannot be encouraged in a time like this, because Nigerian military code of operation or conduct is that if you kill one army, they will use the community as an example. They will rape, they will steal, they will burn down houses. It's in my previous broadcast. They will teach you people lessons you will never forget. And so maybe in another 100 years' time, nobody will be able to try that rubbish within that Aziz again. And so if you come out in a time like this and tell them to kill one army, I don't think the life of any Nigerian military, Nigerian value them. They are spinal. They tell you spinal will lose one tooth. They move on. I do not think. But what they will do to you people, where are the youth of Izumbo? And then when you finish causing trouble for them, you know, okay, make on come fundraising. All those women, they destroy their food. Let us raise fund for them. We cannot allow you to sell the next generation, except those who want to sell themselves. I reported to the DOS, Benjamin Madubugu, of course, Nnamdi Kanu, and said, this program you people ask us to go to, they can kill our people. And their report was that if they kill them now, it will attract international sympathy. Thunder will go fire some of for now. And I was saying, so we have to risk our life to attract international sympathy. Very pathetic. So they send you so you die. Hey, they are killing us. They are killing us. But are they not killing us? They are killing us. But the person will do gun, I do bulletproof now. Next generation must be smart. This is the time you have to take over affairs, not by arrogancy. This is the time you have to take over your life, because very soon you will be 40, and then there is very little you can do at the age of 50. Am I saying let us fight war? No. I am saying there is need for a congregation. There is need for us to be organized. That is the way forward. That is the next thing to do. And it is being done already. Why the people of interest are trying to secure it? It shall be the future for themselves. People of interest working very hard to secure the future for themselves on the expense of the next generation of Biafra. Our genuine people must not be part of this deception. You cannot be part of this deception. We should consider such act as a heinous crime against the people of Biafra. We are here to ensure that the next generation, they know the truth. Tell them the truth. Most of us has failed. You do not have any choice. Whether you tell them the truth or not, they will know. There were times people were on social media as it they hot. Judge Onyibe exposed. Josephine Erewa, witch of Massachusetts. All of you condemn property. I'm not there now. So what are you doing to yourself? How many people have you misled? You see? Tell them the truth. Nobody is killing anybody. Nobody is killing anybody. Political solution or amnesty. Now the canon will eventually end up lower than those people he blackmailed and betrayed. Are you getting the point? So tell the children, the next generation, the truth. Tell our people the truth. Both old mama, both old papa. If you can enter into that era, you are part of it. Forget about the age differences. Let us tell them the truth. And so they can learn from our weakness. They can learn from our failure. They can learn from our strength. One of my greatest weapons is understanding that we have noble men and women who has gone ahead of us. And their actions are glaring. And they guide us in everything we do. And so we search the stars and the sun to look at the path where they have tread. We know their mistakes and we avoid it. And then we make their strength as part of our own beating heart. That is the only secret why we'll survive. Tell the people the truth. Propaganda is dying down on social media. Are you not seeing it? Lie does not reign again. Hey, Israel put what do they call it? Chips inside the Nandekano. They are tracing him. They have seen where he is. The world is monitoring. Hey, well, all those propaganda, they are gone. Everybody know the truth. People are beginning to ask questions. You should have told them the truth. And then they begin to confirm it. Not asking questions. Because asking questions can be dangerous. If you think you have all of us in your pocket, you are joking. We are here in Biafra Nation Alliance, of course, in collaboration with the de facto customary government, to put them on the right direction. We must do that. We must put them on the right direction. When we have dispute in IPOB before now, as the African rep, a lot of issues were brought before my table. You can't do me like this. Now you can't slap me. Now you can't do like this. Now you can't do like that. And after complaining, pouring out their heart and bitterness, I'll say, I understand. He's really wrong. And you are right. But please, please. But soon I discover that the people who are pretending to love us, to protect us, to fight for our interests, they are the one messing all of us up. Because they want to create chaos. Without creating chaos, they will not be able to function. Enjoy your chaos. But the next generation, you must be smarter than them. That is why Jesus said, be as wise as the devil, but as harmless as the Holy Spirit. We want to ensure that we guide the next generation on the path that they must walk. It is not just putting them on the path. You must guide them on the path they must walk. The journey has just begun. This journey has just begun. And they are looking up to us. They are waiting for us. They are confused already. Most of them has been mesmerized already. But we will not abandon them. We will not abandon them. Do not forget we said that we will restore Biafra without shooting one gun. Are we still on that path? And then, if this is what we said, it then means that at that time where this promise was made, that it was achievable. Please, people of Biafra, it is still achievable. We can get Biafra without shooting a gun. Process must be initiated. And so many other things which we will review in our next broadcast. We must come together. We must congregate around the Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. We must do the needful because we have to go home. Failing to do that, it will spell doom for the people of Biafra. Every other people are doing what they can do. They are working very hard to make sure that they protect the next generation by way of preparation, and they are doing it. And so today we are first review one of the things that we are doing here in Biafra Nation Alliance, and of course in collaboration with the de facto customary government. I encourage you, wherever you are in Biafra land or anywhere in the world, move on. Look for any of our administrators. Follow us on every platform. We are in FM already in some part of River State. Of course, Ikwere local government, some part of Ikwere local government, and some part of Ubiakpo local government. And of course, there in Anambra State, within the Obaru Aziz territory, Mpo, you can get Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station on 100.5 FM. And from Asaba, within Izene Junction down to Obaosa, Head Bridge, you will get Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station within those Aziz. Of course, it's going to be about 70-degree radius within any position where you are. You will get us there. We are on Simple Radio. Our app is working. Satellite is on. And of course, we are making effort. Men and women are doing their best to make sure that this retributive power get to every settlement, hamlet in Biafra land, so the people can know the truth. We are not here to conquer anybody, and certainly we don't want anybody to conquer us. We are not here to undermine anybody, and certainly that is not our mission. We just want to be the author of our destiny. Next generation, this is your time to rise up and understand those who meant well for you and those who are there to destroy you. And of course, our lines are open and you're free to call in and make your contribution. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. And then our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And of course, if you have access to my social media platform, you are free to call in and make your positive contribution. I'll be back in a minute.
I think it's time to lay it all out. Can I hear my snare drum?
Yeah, I can hear all them sis. I'm on it.
That's okay, thank you. Check command. Mess on my own this. Walking down the miles on the long journey. Yeah, people said we are nobody, but we know certainly we are somebody. Yeah, Time is so hard, these days are like nights, yet we struggle hard to see we get to the light. Like brothers and sisters, we join our hands to work hard, and we are making sure that we get to the promised land, a land of milk and honey that is costlier and worth more than gold and money. We are making sure that we get out of this jungle, and the little quirky cabia my sisters true. No matter how deep the ocean, we will swim through and tell you words cannot explain all we have gone through. In the hands of the enemies, zoo and the government, Biafran blood, pass through with love. But we have to quirky cabia, nothing goes wrong. Blacks rules everything around me, and it's found in my DNA. Cash rules everything around me, and it's found in my DNA. Yeah, freedom is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. Biafra is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. We bear from blood, we never give up in this struggle. We are aiming high up. We are smart and fast, and them can't catch up. Yes, we know what we want, so we'll keep our pace up. Listen, we can't demand for war is not ours. Biafra is a land, and for sure is ours. That's why I'm proud to say I'm a Biafran blood. I'm a Biafran. Biafra is blessed, Biafra is great, cause Chukwuka Kabiyama has approved it himself. You see, Nigeria glooms while Biafra blooms. Biafra is an ideology, and there is no way that you can kill an ideology. We set up Biafrans and Biafra flowing in the blood through our veins, and all the efforts of our enemies to stop us has all been in vain, cause we are the chosen ones. Yeah, blacks rules everything around me, and it's found in my DNA. Cash rules everything around me, and it's found in my DNA. Okay, freedom is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. Biafra is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. DNA. I apologize if it hurts you, but that's the truth. A Sunday a win.
Yes, of course. Like I said earlier, the lines are open and you are free to call in and make your own positive contribution. The next generation must be properly directed, and as such, they cannot be engaging the military with bare hand. They cannot be endangering their life. Severally, money was contributed to buy supposedly ammunition. They called defense fund. All of them were embezzled. We now have to go and snatch the gun from the military or the police, and then you use it to defend yourself. But the issue, the truth is, there are spiritual implications. You cannot steal a gun and use it to fight a just cause. You see, there is need for everybody to adequately get ready when necessary. We said we will get Biafra without a gunshot. It is still possible. It is still achievable. And that is exactly what we are going to do. So the next generation of Biafra must be encouraged, must be ready, because the journey is about to begin. I'm joined by one of us, my brother from Ghana. Can you hear me? Caller from, I think I lost the call, but then we continue. Our people must understand. It is as simple as ABC. Don't let anybody deceive you. Preparation, adequate preparation. You must be able to define differences, instances. Why are you doing what we are doing? Caller on the line, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Just hold on, let me change this.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now. Good evening from here. Can you hear me? Just hold on a minute. Let me see if I can change this code. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Your name and where are you calling from?
I should go on.
Go ahead. Go ahead. The world is listening. Go ahead.
BIAFRANS. Good evening, good evening, de facto customary government. Good evening, Biafran Nation Alliance. Thank you once again for the chance. That is our topic. That is it. So now the question is, to me, what is your effort, to say this our new generation? I ask myself, yes, my effort not to say this new generation is to do the right thing and to tell people the right thing to do, not by you said that you are fighting for Biafra non-violence. When they say violence will bring Biafra, and you start to, hey, the violence, and not be go kill that police that day. No be go kill this. They say, why violence? Violence can never give it. Hey, we IPOB, the whole world know us. We know the fight. We no get it gun. Who say we get it gun? That's all the media we carry it. We no get it gun. We know they carry gun. Sometimes I dey ask people where they talk say they be IPOB. I dey ask them, do you people have sense? Do you people reason? Last time when they kill somebody from wetin be this useless boy wey dey South Africa, Ikenga. They kill one of his village person when the people say that he is the one. They come on, hey, IPOB no dey kill, IPOB no get gun again. Who say IPOB get gun? If IPOB get gun, e be jele. That useless ijele na him, and na that ijele dey for kill. So the get brother do, they no fit kill am. Now, oh, now we. I saw the broadcast this morning. It was last time was threatening their useless leader, all the clergies and the bishop.
And of course, it looks to me the network coming from your side is really, really very bad. Try and see if you can call back. Let us try and see if you can call back. And of course, the lines are open, and then you are free to call in and make your own contribution. I think I have another person on the line there. Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you, sir.
Good evening, sir, and welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. I'm so happy to hear your voice again this evening. So finally, we are getting there. We go nowhere. I thank you seriously, sir, for the good work you are doing for us. I greet our director, Mazichoka from F4, our daddy in the Lord, and the chairman of the Biafra, the Federal Customary Government, and the deputy. I greet all of them. I say, may God continue to protect and preserve all of us in Jesus' name. Amen. Based on the topic, as I'm seeing it there, you have been saying it, and now the thing is unfolding. We are seeing it. Even those that are deaf, they can still hear it now. Because right from the you have been saying all these things, many of us did not understand the meaning behind it. We are still waiting for the very particular one that the director said that you're always referring to, that he will never allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Today, we are seeing the whole thing. And you kept on telling us that you will not, you and the people will not allow the next generation to be sold. So we that we that here now have been sold for long. You people saw it before you started making that comment. So the one that is left to now is the next generation to be sold. Thank God that you people now came out, because we were finally sold precisely 2019 October, and the remaining 1 year we were just floating on top of water without knowing that we had been sold. But thank God for the righteous and men with integrity like you people that tells the truth. And I pray that that truth will continue to stand, because truth is always okay. Go to their house now. A house that is divided can never stand. No matter all the blaspheming and all the blackmailing and all the castigation and all the propagandas here and there. Thank God the first propaganda they brought out, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, how their leader was disappeared from Nigeria to China or India. Another one came up to tell us how the Israeli government is there, whatever is happening in a DSS camp, so that they will not kill their leader. And from there, Israeli disappeared him from there to India. All this bullshit. Then their lawyer now came up today to counter it. So where are they heading to now? Look at the other two mad women now. They almost naked themselves on it, throwing words on each other. By me looking at them now, is it that kind of presentation that you are showcasing to the whole world for them to come and stand by your side that you are going to get Biafra. If the Biafra, this kind of people are going to get, count me out. I will prefer to stay with the Fulanis than stay with the kind of Biafra this set of people we are looking at is going to get. But I thank God that God knows our heart. He brought people that we do the needful for us. There is no way our next generation will be sold. Even if we are not alive, there are still other people that are alive that will still say the truth. And I'm very much sure we will continue to be alive because nothing will happen to us, because we never committed any crime or we never killed anybody. Nobody will kill us. Whatever person that want to kill us, the God we are serving and this land we are marching, Biafra land, we destroy that person before the time. Many things are happening. I don't know where we start narrating it. But one thing that always baffles me is that why is it that somebody will stand his feet on the ground and know that this thing is saying is lie, and that's what Faith Ogala said. And in every atom of in every element of rumor, there must be an atom of truth in it. What she said, so many of the things she said is right. The only place that they're always getting it wrong is talking about their leader. So if he has already said that they poisoned their leader before he was now to rush to hospital, from there he was kidnapped. If he was saying everything against the leadership, both DOS, and that was the broadcast she made, he pasted the picture of Chinasa Nora, castigated him from A to Z. And all of a sudden, even the Nelly of Facebook, she finished her. All of a sudden, this lady, they just remote controlled her with their remote control, just like as Faith said, that Chinasa has threatened her family. It now changed overnight. Meaning that they are the kind of people that double-edged sword. She is not static. He doesn't have a warm mouth. He speaks with the both sides of her mouth. Just ordinary breeze, they blow her. She changed overnight and start bombarding the other people. And she thought that those people she's bombarding now, beginning that women want to start fighting with that are stronger than her, that she have to be careful. And now look at how she made herself to become a chaff. She is now neither cold nor hot. And the Bible said that when you are neither cold nor hot, he will spit you out from his mouth. And that's exactly what is going to happen to her. All the people she is threatening now, she doesn't even know her left and right. Speaking unorganized, making unorganized broadcasts. They are just full of confusion. Their baptismal name now is confusion. They are just confusionists. None of them knows what they're saying or doing again. Then we get look at now, the Faith is directing their DOS, the third in command now, to go to Radio Biafra and announce their program. And so shall all of them should continue. This has fallen apart and the center could not hold again. Till when all of them will come out to confess and apologize to all the people that have stabbed at the back and tell the whole world how they have been fooling us, how they sold us, if not because God found us. They must confess, because all these atrocities they brought to Biafra land, Igbo land precisely, it will never go free, because never, even when I was small, when I become old, I never heard that our people killed their brothers and sisters. We never spilled the blood of our brothers and sisters for any reason. No matter how serious that matter is, it must still end up on round table. But I don't know where they invited this demon from that entered into all of them, and they start behaving as if they were never born and bred in Igbo land. So the bottom line is that as far as God liveth, and as far as we have truthful people like you people and those that are with you, they will not say the next generation, not today, not tomorrow, or the next tomorrow to come. We must stand by that truth, and that truth we will stand. And the truth is always standing tall. When you keep on lying, you will lie one lie and you want to cover the lie. From there, you want to cover it. You continue to when you become a perpetual liar. Just like the Efe now, talking from both sides of her mouth. She supported the other side. The time she was neutral, she doesn't have any challenge. But men looking at her now, I don't know whether she looks at the mirror now, she will see that she's no more human being. He has gone out of human being. Frustration is eating deep into her mind now because he has involved herself into the deep mess he cannot wash out his head from. That was the day she said that he had a dream 3 times where masquerade is chasing her, that he must come out and say the truth. And I warned her and told her that she must say that real truth. Otherwise, that masquerade is going to come after her physically. And this is just the morning time for her. What is going to befall her, she may not even know how it's going to happen. Let her stop speaking from both sides of her mouth. If she knows any truth, the real truth, that the way she has gotten herself involved and dented her image and her hand, let her come up and confess it and wash herself clean and stand neat again, because she has involved herself in a serious mess. The time she was collecting money from those women and using it to do their bidding, she didn't know that it will come to this extent. And now she felt that all the thing, all the business, all the thing they have made, that he will just cover it up with all those mouth is running like a tap. So let them continue. We said it. They will be the one that will use their hand to expose all of them, and it have started. Like she is the one that started the threat on pastors, the bishops, and the men of God. Now a dozen followed her up to seal it. By the time and I heard that there's one reverend, one Catholic father they kidnapped the other day. They were not denying it. When they issued the threat and say it, their killer squad will start executing it. They will still come out to lie. I don't know why they are lying again. You say a thing and stand by it. That makes you a man, and that makes you a patriotic person. You dare not to say something, and when the thing is playing out, you come out and start denying it. Since you people called all of us saboteurs because we said the truth, we stood by it till tomorrow, and we are not shaking, and we go nowhere. I will never in my life come back to tell you that that thing I saw that is truth is not a lie, or I tell you that that thing that it was white is not red. I can't do that. And as far as I stand by that truth, we will stand by it. And that truth, Bible said that we should buy the truth and sell it not. And when we know the truth and say the truth, that truth will set us free. And that's why we must restore Biafra, because we are going to restore it in truth, in equity, and in fairness. And there is nothing like arms struggle. We are saying this thing time immemorial to today. We are not into armed struggle with anybody, and we are not struggling anything with anybody. We are following through the principle of law, the preambles of law, all the things based on the Montevideo Declaration. They stated there the things that people must do or a state must do if they want to become free. We are going towards that direction. Thank God today we have de facto government. From there, before you know it, we get into de jure government. And when we get into that climax, the next thing you will see things will start unfolding on itself. There's no need of coming to air to rant what you will do in 20 years to come. Action speaks louder than words, and we will continue that way. And as we keep our hands clean, because the, English people say that he that goes to equity must have a clean hand. You will not be talking of human rights while you are the killer of human rights. You don't observe anybody's right. You claim that whatever you want to happen will happen. When you say tell somebody sit down, you will sit. You tell somebody stand up, you will stand. When you tell somebody to eat, you will eat. Very soon now, then we bring out a timetable for us how to be eating our food, because they are talking of stopping of eating of nama cow meat, blah 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 blah. Then we bring out timetable and start giving men timetable on when to meet with their wives and when to give their children food. because it's all those things we give them Biafra, but not the Biafra we are looking at for ourselves. So let me not just continue, because I know others are waiting to call so that they will still make their own contribution. My own stand tonight is that nothing will make the next of our generation to be sold, because the thing is already playing. I think they have posted that their leader is ready to negotiate, and those that want to go and negotiate on political solution for them, we are watching, we are observing. Let's see the kind of political solution they are going to execute for him to come out. So when the politicians you don't want to do anything with, we negotiate and bring you out, you will not come and stand by them, or you will not come back and start talking Biafra, Biafra. You are fighting for Biafra. While is the politicians are the one that is working for you, and all the things you are there is negotiation. We are watching them. Let's see what we play out. We said it before, and we have been observing. And thank God that all the traps they are laying for people they call their saboteurs, they are the ones falling into it. We are watching, and we go nowhere. So with that, Dr. Judge, I say may God continue to bless you. We stand with you people, Gidigba. No shaking, nothing spoiled. We go nowhere.
Thank you very much, Agongwanye, and of course for your contribution this evening. Biafran next generation must get ready. The journey has already begun, and we encourage you. Lies will fall and cannot rise anymore. No room for deception. Blackmail will lose its power. But if you choose to walk on the right path, I can assure you, you will live forever. Our lines are open, like I said, and you are free to call in and make your own contribution. Can you hear me, my brother, Emeka?
I can hear you clearly, loud.
You're welcome. You're welcome back. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me back. So, Brother Okum in South Africa, he is he was telling they stop putting on come and take on the point. I belong to people's family. That is not the issue. They know the nail of him, which he signed for Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, then took their pictures in the internet now, where he was campaigning for Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, nail of him from Enugu. They know him. They will try to their people, trying to deceive their people. Instead of them to tell their people what is going on, they are lying. They know that they are negotiating how Nnamdi Kanu will sign again to come out. After sign and the seal, he will come out. They will find another route to flee him out, because his lawyer now, the criminal Ujimako, now come on his Facebook page that Kalu will not mention in the police. So if you do not fully, they know that Nnamdi Kanu have already taken every condition they were given to him, but he just used that word to fool their dingoes, where the Southeast governor have made it clear that Nnamdi Kanu have accepted to take a political decision to secure his release. Then the prison is not working. Who are they fooling? So why can't they will be the one he will use to use to brainwash his people.
Well, then go, hey, this lawyer, so original lawyer. Yeah, we know the law by then. We can give him friend. So they will condition him that he will not travel to it. He will remain parading masquerade, and there will be no visit of. He will be surrendered to the Nigerian.
And of course, caller from Ghana, the network from your end is really, really very bad. It's not allowing you to make your statement very clearly. But then we lost him. What do? We continue to preach the gospel of the restoration of Biafra, which is all about truth. We cannot sit by and watch everything that we represent being destroyed. The first thing to do is to get our people organized and ensure that nobody is allowed to mortgage them. Anytime you come, you say to you, go kill me, you are selling them out. Become unknown government, you are selling them out. Become ESM, you are selling them out. Become kidnapper, you are selling them out. You lie to them, you are selling them out. Of course, I'm joined by our brother Mazin Badike. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me?
From the city of New York, Onyibe.
You're welcome, sir. Good evening from you.
Yeah, it's nice to hear your voice this afternoon or this evening in Biafra land. Nevertheless, we keep telling people we go nowhere and the truth must be spoken, Not much to say today, just our people are seeing what is going on. And as we're fighting to restore Biafra, we're going to go with it for truth and honesty. And we're telling our people in Americans that want to participate in BNA Americans to call 917-346-5419 or visit our website at biafranalliance.com. biafranalliance.com or biafranfoundationinc.org. We're telling our people to, that are willing to support this Biafran Nation Alliance / Biafran de facto government, that we are lobbying to get some relay station that be working all over Biafra land. If you're not American, you can go to biaffoundation67@gmail.com for a charitable deductible donation that will help us to make this project to come through. I won't stay too long, and we'll continue pushing it. We miss your absence in the radio, but we thank you for giving us a short clip while you get back to the studio. And we say we go nowhere and all hail Biafra.
Of course, all must hail Biafra. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. And that is Maze Mba Dike. The people must understand Like I said earlier, we are going on a series to review some of the things we have been doing. Biafra is achievable. Biafra will be restored. And of course, we understand a lot of things has been messed up, but we cannot push the next generation further into that mess. We have to save them. If anybody tell you, go and kill army, go and kill police, go and... No. The person is selling you out. What you need now as a Biafran youth is empowerment. What you need is a sense of direction. What you need is coordination. What you need is determination and hard work to succeed. What you need is the truth. And only those who make this available for you, they are the people who don't want to sell you. But any other person telling you otherwise, you're being sold. Kill them. Construct iron. Put on the tire. From their comfort zone. More than 30% of youth domiciled in the southeast will have their life mesmerized by some individual who claim they are fighting for our freedom. But it's not too late. You can still get it back. You can still get it right. And should I call this platform a rehabilitation center for those whose mind has been disorganized? And of course, at this moment, we are inching closer to the end of this program, but don't let anybody deceive you. I'm joined by one of us. Can you hear me? Mazi Obidike, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good evening from here and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Onyibe. It's been a long time expecting to hear from your program, but tonight God make it possible. And sometimes in the morning when I wake up, I see you are around, so when I go through your broadcast, I must thank you for the job you're doing. You're doing a great job to sensitize the mind of our people, because really we have had a lot of wrong information from the past experience from our brothers. And what I come this night to ask Biafra, all these things we have been seeing all these years, are they reality? Are they truth? Are they the way to restore a nation? We should ask ourselves a question. And at this time, we are really at the critical time that we just have to look and say, okay, we have to replan ourselves and rearrange ourselves to go straight to the point of restoring Biafra, to go straight to the point of to restore peace and order in our land. Because I see that some people have been changed their mind and been informed wrongly, and they think that all the things they have heard all these years were truth. I'm still asking the same question now. I said, if I am looking for the same thing with you, we have something in common. What should be the easiest way to go and take that thing? The easiest way is that we to come together, to plan together, and go and take what belongs to us. But when I'm calling my brother, let's go and take what belongs to us, he's telling me no, that he have to go alone. Then I have to suspect his brother. So what I'm talking now, I'm just trying to let our people know, our Biafran people, because he that wore the shoe, nowhere is pitching him. I'm a Biafra and I have people at home, have my family at home. So moreover, Biafra is my land, is my last hope. So, and anybody delaying us not to go back to our land and live as a human being, that person is, I can see him like a traitor to me. I can see him as a saboteur to me. So my appeal tonight to all Biafrans all over the whole world, mostly my brothers, IPOP people, IPOP members, my appeal to them tonight is for them to search their heart and go and search all the rest of the people that restore nation. Is that any time they are restoring a nation, they ask you to make fasting? Is that any time they restore a nation, they ask you to buy cola nut? You know, this thing, they have turned like a child play. Please, we should be more serious and we should be try to ask questions. Why is it problem for IPOB that is looking for Biafra not to be among of the factor government? We know that even though they come in there, we have to look the people that they send as representatives. We have to look them, we have to know whom they are. But at least to make this move to say that we have to unite together and take what belongs to us. So at this time, I don't know what our people is waiting for. I don't know what our people is still waiting for. There has been a government, set up a government in the right way to restore a nation. Why not we all to come together and say, okay, now we have been fighting all these years, we have been beating the shadows, let us face the reality at this time now, so that the peace will restore in our land. So I use this opportunity to come, all my brothers all over the whole world, anywhere you are, just know that you have a responsibility. You have something that is waiting for you. You know, you have a responsibility to restore, to bring back peace in your land. You have the responsibility to restore Biafra. You have the responsibility to make Alibo, to make Biafran land a peaceful place. So my appeal tonight to all Biafrans all over the world, we all should come together. Go and, if you are an IPOP, try to make it work according to the way, according to how nations are being, how a group that are fighting to restore the nation, the way they move, they have to move in that way. It's not that we have to move in a way and we're telling people what is not reality, like we are playing. Sometimes somebody will come and give fake news. Don't you people know that words are important? So please, it's not time to blame anybody, but this, my brothers, I'm talking of right now. You know yourself. You know yourself that it's time that we have to ask more questions and ask the leadership of IPOP what is going wrong. What is the problem that they don't want to come and accept onto this de facto government? What is the problem? You have to ask your question, your own self this question. So if you are in Europe here, if you are in Italy, that you want to become a member of a Biafran National Alliance, I am the Europe admin. You can call me. We can give you all the necessary advice, all the necessary guidelines. If you are new in Europe, mostly we can give you all the necessary guidelines how you should live here, and we can give you the necessary support we need to give you for you to have your own documents. You know, because you are the Biafra. You as a person are the Biafra. So we care for you. We care about your own welfare. We care for you to come to this place and have a normal life. So Mr. Onyibe, let me stop here. I thank you once more for the job you're doing. May God bless you and do your job. I know that one day, not one day, the work you're doing is working, because I know some changes which our people had now in Igbo land. I know there's a big change. People are hearing what you're saying, and people are beginning to work. People are beginning to ask questions. As I'm talking to you now, somebody is asking questions. So thank you for your good job as well. I thank Emma Azimefo. I thank everybody, Obidi and Dr. Kado. I thank all the whole Biafran National Alliance member, Europe branch. I thank all of you people. I thank everybody for the last meeting which we have done. I think we grabbed a very big something, and I promise the Biafran we have a responsibilities, and we are doing something that to restore Biafra. You know, people are telling you that to go to for UN to talk about you, you have to make war. It's not true. People have been telling you that before you can go and see human rights watch, that you need billions of money. It's not true, but it's just our present this thing need. It needs nothing again, need our present. So I thank everybody who is listening, and I know that we come to understand the reality and face the reality. Thank you, Mr. George. God bless you, brother.
Very much, my brother, OBDK. And of course, we continue saying the truth. We keep saying the word until it penetrates, and then you will see the people will be delivered. Nothing more, nothing less. But we cannot be selling the next generation. We cannot be misleading them. We cannot be taking advantage of their predicament. All we must do is to guide them. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? My brother on WhatsApp, can you hear me? And of course, we lost that call. The numbers are still open. You are free to call in and make your contribution when necessary. We have the Igbo Nation Youth. We have the Ijaw Nation Youth. We have the Ibibio, the Efik, the Anang, the Ogonis, the next generation. Before now, we were good specifically in doing certain things. Let's look at the Igbo Nation Youth. They are good in business, buying and selling as they call it. But it truly gave them edge in so many ways over other youths from the component nation that makes Biafra. Before now, we have the Ijaw Nation next generation, or youth as you may refer them. They have industries or fish farm. They know what to do and make a noble living. We have the Efik, the Ibibios. All these people uniquely have a trade that put them ahead of other youth or next generation. But today, before our very eyes, these values and principles which we shall review is being destroyed. And even the next generation, they know nothing about it. They do not have any idea. Why? Because they are being sold. Because they are being sold. And this we cannot allow. Yes, I am joined by Dr. Nwokenkwo. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mazun.
You're very welcome to the program, sir. Nice hearing your voice. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Thank you, my brother. This is Dr. Nwokenkwo, reaching you from Atlanta, Georgia, the home of Martin Luther King Jr., the land of civil rights movement. Onyibe, I want to start by thanking you for your good work, for everything you're doing for the sake of Biafra. Like we say, it's either Biafra or Biafra. No distraction will stop the movement, the restoration of Biafra. We are already out. Nobody can stop the movement of Biafra. We are not career freedom fighters. We are here for a reason, and one reason only, to restore our father's land to his former glory. And no man or woman will stop this restoration. You see, we have lost so many souls from our own doing or from the doing of our enemies. We cannot allow this to continue in our land, because if we If they kill all of us, who's going to remain? When are we going to learn from all these events and retrace our steps and go back and think about what's going on in our land? My brothers and sisters, Biafra National Alliance, they're not your enemies. We are here to correct the evil that has been bestowed in our land by people who are career freedom fighters. We have suffered enough. We are all over the world trying to survive. But despite that, despite the suppression, despite everything, we'll still come on top. We will still survive. Look around you, my brothers and sisters, in Biafra land. Are you happy with what you're seeing? Why are we in this situation? No man will save us. We will have to save ourselves. And the only way we can save ourselves is by coming together. Coming together means that you have to put away all your egos, whatever you think you have, whatever you think you are. And one thing only is the restoration of Biafra for our children, and the next generations to come. If we don't do this now, I don't know what's going to happen to us. You can pray and pray and pray and call upon God. God has given us the strength, the mindset to restore his land. But we are busy chasing rat. So I know Biafrans, I know you are resilient. I know when the time comes, things will happen the way it's supposed to. Because God is with us. We can never go weary. So my brothers and sisters around the world, let's gather again. Because this time around, we have to demand for transparency and also accountability among ourselves. We cannot give any power to any one person to deceive us again. We have made that mistake, and we're here to correct it. And the only way we can correct it is by involving every one of you listening to my voice now. We cannot continue to look at the past. The past has gone. But you have to learn from the past. That's what we need to do. We learn from the past and do the needful right now. Our enemies are laughing at us. They are cajoling us. They say, look at them. Ndị Igbo na-asị onye ajụrụ ajụ a na-ajụ onwe ya. Onye ajụrụ ajụ a na-ajụ onwe ya. Like I said again, I want to introduce myself again. My name is Uchenna Nwokenkwo. I hail from Imembano, Abaranso to be precise, Okigwe province. I reside here in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, USA. And I am the BNA administrator here in America. So I'm urging every one of you, please don't lose hope. Now we have to gather our strength again. I have to multiply our strength from what we did before. We have to multiply that strength. This struggle belongs to all of us. It belongs to all of us, my brothers and sisters. We're not here to worship any man or to say this person is this or this person is that. No. We have one common goal, and that common goal is to get Biafra restored. So, my brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for listening to my voice this evening. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. wherever you are. We come in peace among us. We cannot defeat our enemy when our house is divided. Anybody tell you to cajole your own brother and sister, mean that person is your enemy. Don't allow that to happen. So I want to thank every one of you. Onyibe, thank you so much. I want to thank all my leaders. You know who you are. I want to thank you so much for all the effort you have put forward towards this restoration. Upon what happened, you still did not give up. Let's march forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother, for your contribution on this program this very evening. We continue pushing. We understand the level of damage that have been done to the system. But then, there is always room for renovation. And that is what we are doing. The first thing is to make sure that the next generation of Biafrans are not sold. And we will push it very hard until we are very sure that the future is secured. This will take so many turns. This will take so many changes to be applied. But each of the process we understand may not be very convenient. But we will keep doing it until we get it right. The Nigerian state must be reviewed. Our condition and position as a people must be reviewed. And like I always say, the next generation must be repositions. They must be repositioned. They must be redirected. Not just knowing the path, but walking the path. Not just knowing the path, but walking the path. Very, very important. And of course, at this moment, we are inching closer to the end of this program. And I will start by appreciating those of you who took your time to make your contribution. And then apologize to those of you that I may not be able to pick their call. Nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation. So if for one reason or the other, you're making plans to bamboozle the Biafran youth, you are advised, you are encouraged to desist from such action. The era of leading our people to their death is over. It's over. Biafran youth, this is the time for you to rise up. Biafran youth, the next generation, this is the time for you to rise up. When we say Biafran youth, or try to understand, it's not your age we are focusing on. It is about what you can still do for the nation Biafra. Nobody will sell you. Nobody will sell you and walk away. And so you must be logged on to Biafra Nation Alliance, and of course the de facto customary government, and follow up details in every of our activities. Because our job is to watch over you. And better still, look for the closest family and join. We have said enough of what Nigeria is doing to us. It is time for us to begin to apply the solution to those ills. And so we can be able to get home on time. Having said so, tomorrow we continue from where we stop. Good night, and God be with you.
Biafra is our only home. It is our only home. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home. Is our only hope, Biafra.